Okay, I think I am recording. So for tonight's call, I really wanted to, and I put together this super cute slide that I literally threw together kind of last minute. But I let me see how do I present this? Okay, so I kind of just wanted to chat today about or tonight about a day in the life of basically just tying together like the vital behaviors, the four vital behaviors, and what exactly that looks like. Like we can talk about what those four vital behaviors are, but I also wanted to apply them to what it looks like to actually execute those vital behaviors. And so this is going to be just an example, and I'm going to give examples for me and what this looks like for me in my day. Um, and the four vital behaviors are going to be things that end up becoming just like legit ingrained habits that it like won't even have to be on your to-do list anymore eventually. At first, they need to be like on your to-do list. These four vital behaviors are going to be like the things that you have to do. You can't go to bed until you've done them, in order to really create a habit with them. But now I'm to the point that all of these things are just part of my day naturally. And so then I have other things on my to-do list that are a little more, um, that are a little harder for me to naturally execute, and then once those things become more of a habit, then I'll add other tasks to my day in relation to growing my team and in relation to, leadership and all that kind of thing. So anyways, so what I wanted to do tonight is just talk about the four vital behaviors and what that looks like for me. This should be pretty short because it's literally only like 3 or 4 slides. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just get started. Okay, so let's make sure that's okay. That's as far as I can move that. So the first vital behavior, first of all, is being proof of the products. And so there at the top, I have this quote, trust is built with consistency. And so especially, I know we have a lot of just newer coaches on this team, or even if you have not even been a coach for a year, or you've been a discount coach and kind of just now dabbling in the business side of things. Consistency is definitely going to be, and honestly, even if you are just a discount coach and you're just talking about your fitness journey, consistency is so important because um that's building that consistency and making and doing those behaviors every day over time. That's where your results will grow. And so I'm stumbling over my words. So and this is very important with your business because if you show up some days but then disappear for a week, and then you decide to show up and share about your journey and share about your workouts and everything, 2 or 3 days a week, but then you disappear on the weekends or disappear, for 5 days in a row or whatever. If you're just super inconsistent with sharing and being proof of the products and being proof that Beachbody has some amazing tools out there for people, then that's going to really hurt the trust that people have in you. They're not going to feel like you're very reliable, because if you're not reliable with being consistent and showing up for yourself, in their eyes, even if you are doing it in the background, they may not be, they don't know that. They don't know what you're doing on your own time. And so that's what I do every single morning. I wake up every single morning and I get my workout done. If you follow me on Instagram stories, you know that it's like without fail. I'm going to be sharing little snips. Well, first of all, I share myself drinking my Energize, and and I kind of give a little glimpse of how that really helps give me some energy and helps wake me up in the mornings. I drink that before I press play, and then I share little, like 2 or 3 little clips of my workout. And so I'm sharing that, and then I also will make a post on my Instagram and my Facebook about something in relation to my workout. It's not going to be, and I don't want to get too far into the whole social media side of things, but I'm sharing it. I'm going to share what the workout did for me. I'm going to give some tips about my workout, or some, tips as far as like the move or equipment used, or something that gives value, and sharing my journey. You should always be able to tell what program you're doing and what day you're on. I always say, 80-day obsession, day 58 out of 80. Or you can say 21-day fix, you're on day 11 of 21, or whatever it is. You should always be able to know what day you're on, because these products or these fitness programs are designed to be followed the way they were written. And that's how you get the best results. That is how I've seen the best results. If I'm just kind of like hopping around from workout to workout, it's never yielding as good of results. I mean, it's still good for you because you're exercising, but you're not getting maximum results as you do whenever you are following that calendar beginning to end the way it was designed to be followed. And so that alone just shows people that, man, okay, so she knows what she's talking about. She's doing this the way it's written. So maybe that's what I need to do too. And so it just builds that trust and shows that it works, because then you post things such as a before and after picture, Transformation Tuesday, progress pictures, and it shows your hard work is paying off. And so then my post-workout meal ends up being my Shakeology. And so I also share about how I'm following the meal plan, even if I'm not like to the T, because like right now I'm following 80-day obsession, like the meal plan with the time nutrition and everything with the containers. I'm following that to a T, and which it's been great. But even if I am being a little bit more flexible about my meal plan, I share that. I share that I'm living a balanced life. I share that I eat, kind of the 80-20 rule, to where most of the time I am following the portion control system, but then I also do indulge I allow myself to have a glass of wine a couple nights a week, or I go out to eat with my husband to get sushi or Mexican or whatever. And so I'm sharing my lifestyle, and I'm sharing how the meal plan has really taught me how to do that. And then the same with, I share every single morning on my Instagram story. I share I take a picture every single morning of my Shakeology. And I don't say Shakeology. I don't say, this is my Shakeology. I kind of just have a really cute picture like that one that I have posted here. Just something just simple and says every day, hashtag every day, something like that. So then it kind of makes people wonder, well, what is that you're drinking every day? And so, I've had people message me like, what is the recipe? What is that you're drinking? And so just kind of gives that curiosity. And then I do share, when it comes to sharing on my like social media platforms like Instagram and Facebook, I will share about my Shakeology, but a lot of the times it's just a picture of me holding it. I don't have that shown here, but it'll be just like a picture of me talking about something else, but I'm holding the Shakeology, and I might kind of at the bottom nonchalantly, like at the end of my caption, or, at the end of what I have to say, I might not nonchalantly say something like, my superfoods are fueling me for the day. Or, that's super lame and cheesy what I just said, but something along those lines, like just kind of have that Shakeology present without like having Shakeology like stock photos plastered all over the place, you know what I mean? Or like kissing your Shakeology shaker and stuff like that. But I do share that that's what I'm using. So then I say that it does not mean that you have to be at your goal body before you start doing this. You do not have to have like your perfect before and afters to start sharing that you're proof that the products work. Even if you are, you still have a ways to go before you reach your goal, share, like even if you're only 1 week in, you can share something. If you've had 1 week of following the workouts, following the meal plans, drinking Shakeology, there is something in that 1 week that is progress. Even if it's just the fact that you finished 7 workouts in a row and that's something that you've never done before, that is being proof that the products work, that they are, they're something that you're able to stick to, or Talk about how you're sore, talk about how, you enjoy most of, maybe there was one workout that was really, really hard and you really find yourself like feeling challenged and you enjoy that or something. You don't have to wait until you're at your goal body. You don't have to wait until you've completely finished a program before you start sharing, that you're proof of the products and that they are changing your life. Okay. So moving on before I ramble. Oh shoot. I'm just going to click away. Hold on. Okay, so then the next thing that I do, kind of intertwined within my day to get in to execute these 4 vital behaviors is, I do personal development. And so this is going to literally be just trickled in throughout my day. It is going to be pretty much just listening to a podcast. It's going to be, if I read any books, that doesn't really happen until late at night. Like before I go to bed, I might read a couple pages of a book. But the majority of it is while I'm sitting at my desk at work, because I still work for full time. So I'm sitting in a cubicle all day. So as long as I'm doing that, I have my earbuds in and I am listening to some kind of personal development, podcast, YouTube video. And obviously that will change whenever I'm full-time coaching and I come home. Listening or doing personal development will that will change. Do it while I'm just driving in the car or whatever. But so this is something that I took from that Danielle Nantoni call that I shared with you guys in the team page. That was amazing. It was so inspiring, and she's awesome. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then go. It's like the last thing that I posted in there, other than about this call tonight. But it's a Danielle Nantoni it's a YouTube video, but it's really amazing. So this is something that she said, though, is that personal development is just that. It is personal. So you need to decide what you need to work on most, and that will kind of determine what it is that you need, what kind of personal development you need, what kind of book you should be reading, what kind of things you should be listening to. So, and then she kind of touched on this, which I thought was really interesting. And it really, I kind of realized that I do this already, but there's actually 3 different main buckets of personal development that you need to make sure you are keeping full. And so first of all, there's your business personal development. And so down at the bottom, you see, bottom right, it's a screenshot of Melanie Matro's YouTube channel. So Melanie Matro is the top coach in Beachbody, and she has been for 3 or 4 years now. She's amazing. So she does what's called a Business Tip Tuesday. So every single Tuesday she does a YouTube video, and it's some kind of business tip, and it's geared obviously towards network marketing, specifically Beachbody, and they're super helpful. So there's so many things out there like that, or the Team Beachbody podcast will they play the National Wake Up Call. The National Wake Up Calls they should be a non-negotiable for you to listen to every single week. They are every Monday. I personally don't listen to the live call or the live video. I just wait until it's a recording and I go back and I listen to the podcast or the live recording that's on the Facebook page. So, and if you don't know what I'm talking about where to find that, then please tell me and I will help you find that. So there's your business. That's, learning about leadership and how to, network marketing and all that kind of thing. And then there's your personal development. And that's going to be just the things that you need to fill your soul. Like if you are struggling with motivation, with dedication, with confidence, if you're struggling, whatever it is, whatever you're struggling with internally, then you need to find something that can help you with that. So my screen is kind of covering it up, but I have a screenshot up there about the Life Coach School, and it's another really good podcast. And she's just a life coach, and she has a lot of awesome awesome podcasts that you can listen to help with that. Like that one right there is other people's opinions. And that's something that I know I personally struggled with for a long time until just about a year or so ago. And I finally decided to say, screw it, I don't care. So that's just, that's another one. And then health and fitness is another bucket that I think you don't really think about, because no, we are not professionals. Like, we as coaches are not there to write meal plans. We're not there to put together exercise routines. We are not, trainers. And so, but with that being said, it is important to kind of have a good grasp of the industry. Even that's even just for your own good. I mean, learn the different things that are out there, the different types of ways that people are eating. And like right now, for example, this kind of ties into it, but I'm reading this book called Cure Your Child with Food. And it's literally just, and I mean, it could, even though it's geared towards, like what parents need to know to apply to their children's nutrition, it's a really good one for just adults as well. And it's just about how, our doctors are not very educated when it comes to nutrition. They are educated in diagnosing they check out the symptoms, they diagnose it, and they treat it with medicine. And that's about it. When food is one of the leading factors, it's like the main factor of everything that happens with us, with our mood, our health, the diseases that we experience, like everything. And so it's a really interesting book. So I'm really liking that one. Okay. And so I just kind of like broke down the different things you can do. Listen to podcasts, YouTube videos, National Wake Up Call. You can listen to books on audio, which I struggle with. I like to read books. I can listen to people talking at me with podcasts and YouTube videos, but when it's an actual like book, it's, for some reason, it's different. And then you can read. So, yeah, this will change everything for you in your success in this fitness journey and your business, because it's going to literally just get your mindset where it needs to be. And then next, what I do, and this is what takes place, sorry if you can't read that font, but this takes place mostly on my lunch break. And that is okay, let me slow down. This takes place mostly on my lunch break, and that is Attract, Connect, Invite. And this is where I do a super focused hour, and just like literally my thumbs are going a mile a minute, and I'm just talking to all the people, and I'm doing my system. And so with that being said, you definitely need to find a system that works for you. I have a video that's what inspired the system that I've been using. And basically what I mean by system is, I mean just a way to track people and keep track of the people, the conversations that you're having. Because trust me, after a while, it gets really easy to forget that you've talked to someone, or that someone reached out to you and was interested in your group, or, whatever it may be. You need a way to be organized. And there's different ways you can do this. And I tried a handful of ways. I tried a handful of different systems. I tried it on like a Excel sheet, which I still kind of use a little bit. But then there's different programs like Asana, there's Google Streak. Like you can, do it all in your computer and be techie about it. Or you can just be old fashioned and do a paper and pen, which is pretty much what I do now. But I have like a chart and a funnel system, if you will. And so that could be that is a whole nother video. But you just need to find something and see what other coaches are doing and try different things, and you will find what works for you. And it just needs to be something that makes sense. It needs to be something that doesn't cause anxiety, something that just allows you to get into a groove. And once you find it, stick to it and don't change it up. So you need to dedicate either a solid chunk of time, like during a lunch break or in the evenings, or you can just break it up into little power pockets. Like if you take breaks at work, or, whatever it is, if you just have little chunks of time maybe you do have 10 or 15 minutes in the morning, like to spare before you have to leave to go to work. So you take 10 or 15 minutes to reach out to 5 new people. And then there's a whole nother video about that too. Like, trust me, guys, there's videos out there for everything I'm talking about that like will totally make all of this click. And that's kind of what I do with trying to develop my new coach training. And then also whenever I hear a video that I think is really good, or, some kind of training that I think is really amazing, I share it with you guys immediately, because that's how I learn the best. So dedicate that chunk of time. And so what I mean by attract is that's attracting people on social media and those around you. And so this kind of ties back to being proof of the product. So you're sharing your journey with your fitness and your nutrition and what it's doing for you, but you're also wanting to attract people that are like you. So you're also sharing things like your interest and your hobbies and what you do for fun and your family and your beliefs and, whatever it is that, you want to attract the people that are like you and that you will have fun working with, whether it's in a challenge group or as a coach on your team. You want to be able to, that's the beauty of this business, is you get to choose who you work with. And so if you're attracting the right people, then your business will run a lot smoothly for you and a lot more enjoyable. So, if you're just now getting started, obviously that takes some time to kind of figure that out and figure out your niche. But you just want to be sharing yourself authentically. And if you're doing that, then you're fine. Then you're going to attract the people that are like you because you're being real and you're being authentic. So you're going to attract those people, and then you're going to connect with them. So you want to be their friends and start conversations and build trust with them and listen to them when they talk to you. So this is something I do during that hour, my lunch break, is I am, it's all like factored into my system, but I reach out to so many people every day and just start new conversations that has absolutely nothing to do with Beachbody or fitness. And I just talk to them and I just start a conversation. Sometimes the people, they don't respond. Sometimes they respond and they start chatting with me and they're super friendly. And I'm like, okay, yeah, you're my kind of people. And we have a good conversation. And then I continue to connect with conversations that have been going on for a little while. Like, we've been talking for several days and I just continue those conversations and I'm getting to know them and I'm listening to them. You want to be friends first. It's a relationship business. And, if you just come right out the gate with inviting them to a challenge group or inviting them to be a coach, that kind of thing doesn't usually go over very well, at least for me. If it does for you, if you're able to just kind of cold invite people and it works, then that's that. But you definitely just want to make sure you build that connection. And then during that hour, I also have people that I invite. I invite them to join me. You want to find their pain point, and by pain point, I mean it's something that Beachbody can do to serve them. So, maybe you do kind of bring up fitness. Maybe they ask what you do, or they see your transformation picture that you've been posting and they notice they have kind of picked up on some things that you've been doing. Maybe they liked or commented or showed some kind of support on your transformation picture. And so you took the time, which is something that I do often, is I take the time to reach out and just say, thank you for showing the support on my post of my transformation, of my progress. That really means a lot. And, that's really all I say. And then they will be, oh, you're welcome. You look so great, or something along those lines. And then it kind of strikes up that conversation. And then maybe they say that they would really like to lose some weight, or they would really like to be in shape and be healthier and eat healthier. So you try to find that. Or maybe they say that they really wish that they could get out of their job. They really don't like where they work. They wish they could make a little extra money. Then you can talk to them about being a coach and how, on top of being a coach, or with being a coach on top of earning some extra money, they can also, get into a good, healthy routine with their health and fitness. And so, you want to make sure that you find a way that it could serve them, and you invite them to join your group. Sometimes this is a little harder to do. Like maybe the conversation just legit has not gone in that direction. Like you literally just have not really discussed much, or they haven't really opened up that much. Then sometimes I do just say, you know, you're super, or this is the wording, and I think I have it in a screenshot here on this slide, but I say something along the lines of like, hey, you know, you seem super nice, so I didn't think you would mind me asking, but I'm getting things ready and planned out for my next group. Would online fitness and nutrition support interest you at all? And I say, you know, if it's not your jam, that's totally cool. And I literally say that, like I talk as if I'm talking in person. I say, you know, if it's not your jam, that's totally cool. I'm just glad I asked. And just be super short with it. And by short, I mean, don't give a ton of information whenever you're inviting them, you know, just super nonchalant, super chill, just be you. And that's me. I'm just laid back. And so I want to be super laid back when I invite them. So that all happens during that hour is I do my system. I connect with people that I've been attracting and I invite them. And I just keep that connections going and those conversations going, and just move on with my whole system. Oh, and I wanted to read this quote here by Eric War. He is the author of this really good book. He's a very successful network marketer, but it says, no one is going to knock on your door and force you to be successful. You have to go out there and fight for it. So that is so true when it comes to this entire slide. You have to invite people and connect with those people and invite them to join you. You will have people eventually reach out to you and want to know what you're doing because you have attracted them to you and they connect with you in some way just without even talking about it yet. But that's not going to build a super thriving business. That's more of, if you are just a hobby coach and you do just want to kind of sit and wait for people to come to you because they are inspired by you, then that's great. That's perfectly fine. But if your goals are to, you know, grow a larger business or grow just a steady source of income, then you're going to have to make sure that you are actually inviting people on to join you on this journey. Okay, and then this is the last slide, last slide, and it's the fourth vital behavior. So this is recognition and this is lifting others up. So leaders become great not because of their power, but because of their ability to empower others. And that's exactly what we do as coaches. And so this usually takes place in the evening. So like right about now at this time of night, after my boys are in bed, I tie up loose ends. So I'm responding to some messages that maybe I didn't get to during my lunch break. If there's anyone who's ready to get signed up, then I will make sure that I, am tending to them and helping them get signed up successfully, and I'm getting them plugged into the group. And I also take this time to check in with all of my challengers. I check into my the My Challenge Tracker app, and I look through and see how everyone's doing, and I comment and like every single post and every single check-in, and I'm just pouring into them. And then I want to do the same with my team. So I want to check in with my coaches, so all of you guys, and just see how everyone's doing. And then shout out those who are deserving of praise. So anyone who is, seeing some huge success, then this is what recognition is for. This is, maybe you just throw up a picture in the team page or on the Challenge Tracker app, and you're just, shouting out some really awesome results that someone's seeing or something like that. One thing that I do that I started to do in our Challenge Tracker app is on Mondays, I want to give support. Sorry, I got distracted. I want to recognize the people who have stayed consistent with logging their workouts. And so, that just makes people feel good. And I have this really pretty banner. I wish I would have put a picture on here, even though you guys have all seen it. But I have a really pretty picture graphic with everyone's name on the board. And it just kind of makes them feel really good. And so And then I do the same thing in our team page for anyone who hits Success Club. I want to do a monthly Success Club board and, do rank advancements and volume boards and stuff like that. And so, doing that kind of thing really helps empower people and inspire them to keep going. And so then with their permission, like my challengers, like whenever there's somebody each month, whenever they win the challenge, like the challenge incentive prize that I have in my groups, I will then, with their permission, will share it openly on social media and just, show people that, hey, I am, helping people in these groups and people are seeing success in my groups. And then it opens up the door for people to really pour into that person and they blow up the picture like, oh my gosh, you look great. And it makes that person feel good. And, recognition is something that we kind of thrive on. People want to be accepted. They want to be, not that they want to be in the spotlight, because I personally I hate being the center of attention, but I do like whenever I see my name like on a board or something, or I see that I'm being recognized for my hard work, because then it, that you're being appreciated. Yeah, that's it. So just to kind of sum up, I didn't do like a sum up slide, but just to sum up, those 4 vital behaviors are being the proof that the products work, which I do in the mornings when I work out, and then whenever I drink my Shakeology and I eat my balanced lifestyle, or I'm following the meal plan and I'm sharing about it. And that allows people to see that I mean business and that I am using these products and that they are helping me. And then I work on myself, on my mindset, on my personal development. And I do this throughout the entire day, whether I'm driving in the car and I'm playing a podcast, or I'm sitting at my desk listening to a YouTube video or a podcast or an audiobook, which is rare. It's mostly YouTube and podcasts. But and then in the evenings, I'll read a book. So I'm always doing something to help grow. And like I said, that needs to be in business, in your personal growth, and in your health and wellness. You need to kind of make sure you have something in those buckets at all time. I'm not saying you have to read or listen to 3 different things at once, but just make sure that you're kind of touching on those things often. And then you want to take the time, whether it's an hour a day, 2 hours a day, or you break it up into chunks, whatever, everyone's day looks different. Everyone has a different walk of life. You just need to find what works best for you to get your system figured out, to get it done. For me, this is a big chunk is 1 hour during my lunch break, and then an hour and a half to 2 hours in the evening. And then I do kind of throughout my day will respond to messages here and there if I need to. But this is during this time is whenever you are attracting or you're connecting with those people that you attract, and then you're inviting them. And something that I do want to touch on, it's not part of the vital behavior is actually invite, but I've kind of tweaked it to say attract, connect, invite, because you kind of need all 3 of those things. But then I also, during that time, I'm following up with people that I haven't, either I haven't heard from in a while, or they said they were interested and maybe they said no, maybe next month, or, people that are on my follow-up list, I make sure I take time to follow up with them. And the whole process of the system and the power hour that's a whole nother call, I'm telling you. And then recognition, and just making sure that you lift people up and, just praise them for their hard work, and make sure that you are making them feel loved and making them feel empowered. So, okay, I'm going to share this in the team page for those who were not able to hop on. And let's see, let me just stop sharing. Whoa. Okay, I'm going to share this in the team page. So make sure that you watch this video. And if you have any questions, then definitely ask me. If there's something that I wasn't very clear on, or something that you still have questions on, then definitely let me know. I also wanted to touch on Super Saturday. I meant to say something at the beginning, but Super Saturday is April 7th. I don't think they have determined where it's going to be yet. It's in St. Louis, but they haven't determined on a location yet. So once they find that out, which should be in the next week or two, I would assume, then if as soon as I find out, I will let you guys know. Um, and it's like $20 for the Super Saturday event, and you are able to pay when you get there. So if you aren't able to go to the Eventbrite link, and if you're not able to do that beforehand for whatever reason, or if you're just still kind of unsure if you're able to make it and it ends up being like last minute, you literally can decide the day of and then pay whenever you get there. It's going to be so much fun. And we can kind of, once it gets a little bit closer, we can kind of determine on if we're going to carpool or all meet up, depending on where everyone's coming from. Or we can all just meet there in St. Louis and get together and sit together and enjoy the morning. So anyways, I will talk to you ladies later, and I will see you all for the next call next Tuesday, 8:30. Bye.